Okay, another video. We have got the shop pretty clean. I mean, at least the areas that matter. And I'm just spent like the last 2 hours cleaning everything. We finally got junk put away. I cleaned the toolbox out, got things put away. Everything has a space now for the most part. And got another bolt organizer. I'm gonna have to get maybe 2 more to do the whole truck, plus the engine. We filled up that small one, and just temporarily we're putting a lot of the parts we take off in the bed. I know I'm gonna have to move them again, but I really don't have any other room for them at this point. So that's where we're at. Yeah, just starting to strip stuff off. This is all loosening up quite nicely. So I'm hoping I'll have the front clip off and by the end of the night. And still got to pull engine mount plates and stuff like that. And we are going to have to drill some holes for the engine mount plates on this frame. Not all the holes are there for the left mount. So yeah, just pulling stuff off and staying organized. So I'm just, it's really boring. There's not really anything to say. We're just stripping stuff off. So we will get back to you guys in a little bit. Okay, so we got more stuff pulled, battery cables, all the wiper stuff, trim, cowl. But we still gotta remove the whatchamacallit, the fenders. I'm not gonna remove the wheel wells until they're off with the fenders, just so I have an easier time. So I'm not like upside down, taking screws out and stuff. Because they're gonna have to be drilled out. A lot of them are stripping out, so I just leave them until I can drill them out easier. But to get the fenders off, we gotta take the doors off. And to get the doors off, you gotta open up the doors all the way. So I have the wheels cocked. We're gonna push the truck, move it over a little bit so we can open up that door and drop it off the cab. So it's pretty much all we're doing. It's really simple. It's just 2 bolts on the upper and lower hinge. Take them out, door comes off. These don't have power anything, so there's no harnesses to disconnect. If there were, you take off the kick panel on the inside, and all the plugs would be behind there. But this doesn't have power windows, power locks. Doesn't have anything like that. So it's really, really simple. That's a nice thing. When you get into the 80s, some of them start getting really complicated with the options, especially when you go like into luxury cars. But on these base model pickup trucks, they're still really close to old cars in simplicity. Not necessarily in build quality always, but I'm not saying these are bad built trucks. I'm just saying while the tolerances in older trucks are not as good, and while the variations between body lines were not as good on like 60s trucks as they are in 80s trucks, I think the materials they used in the 60s were better. I think that's a general consensus too. Definitely the designs were not as advanced. So I believe the materials were better, but were they better trucks? Not necessarily. But rambling again. So we gotta yank all this off so we can get the fenders off, and yeah, and we'll have a third of the truck off, or a quarter of the truck. Okay guys, we got quite a bit done. I think I'm gonna call it for the night. I have my long drive to make, but this is it. This is, yeah, not bad. Doors are off. So yeah, I ran out of space real quick. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with these parts. I mean, I got the hood over there, I got all this, so why I wanted to leave this till as long as I possibly could. But yeah. The front corners of the cab are actually in really good shape. They're really solid. So it was all that rust was just on the quarter panels. Like they're very clean. And I was able to actually get the fenders off for the doors. This right here, I was able to sneak an extension past the hinge and take that out. And then taking the doors off was a lot easier because then I had access to the hinge bolts on this side and I could just zip it off. So I didn't have to get the doors. I didn't even have the doors open. You just have it latched. Take these out, hold it up with your knee, like hold the door up with your knee, and then unlatch it and carry it over. So otherwise, if you have the door swung out and you're taking the hinges off, you got to worry about supporting the door. And normally I'd like 2 people to do that. But good progress was made today. Very good progress. There's not really a ton left for the frame of the truck. I mean, there's exhaust and some lines, but I could take out the 2 last cab bolts, unhook some wiring and the steering column, and I could pick it right off the frame. And the sooner we can get this frame out, the better. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with it, but I can certainly figure something out. I was thinking maybe I could tip the whole thing on its side up against the wall temporarily, but that's not really the best idea. But yeah, I did most of my cleaning already. Well, earlier before I started tearing the truck, so I just got some tools to put away, and then I'm out of here. So yeah, see you guys in the next one.